Exciting edition of Montage, a show for men and women who enjoy food, fashion, fun, entertainment, and inspiration. I'm your host, Stephanie Sutton. With spring here, it's time to pay extra special attention to your toes and your nails. So we talked to a nail specialist, and she showed us men and women how to take care of your 20 digits.
I felt Erevon needed to be a salon that offered natural services to the community. We as women have been in so many salons where we're geared more towards chemical services versus natural services. Now, don't get me wrong, we do chemical services, but we want to emphasize on natural nail care, pedicures, natural hair care, and as a result of that, give back to the community by empowering our women, giving them knowledge on how to properly take care of their hair without a chemical. So me and my husband, Vaughn Mantak, and I'm Vera Mantak, is why we created Erevon. We're located in Virginia Beach Boulevard, and we're offering wonderful services from sew-ins to natural care to relaxers, whatever you're looking for, we offer braids, the whole spectrum. We have a lot of men in the area that just want simple haircuts, and I'm told a lot of men when they go to the barbershops they don't get shampooed sometimes. So we offer shampooing, massaging their scalp, shampooing their hair, doing their pedicures, manicures. So a lot of men are fearful to do pedicures and manicures, but they work hard and they have what our nail techs say are boot feet. So we cater to those feet. We give them TLC, and we do it with natural products to help them have better feet, because that's important. As far as the women, they work hard as well, but the women are used to it. We'll go out and get our services, but men, it's kind of taboo, but we're trying to usher them into doing more things for themselves. It's not whether it's female or male right now. Hi, I'm Octavia. I'm the nail tech at Erevon Hair Studios and Spa, and I've been doing nail services and pedicures for about roughly 4 years. One of the things you can do to help keep your hands healthy is, especially if you have your hands in a lot of water, is put on rubber gloves. That keeps your cuticles protected, keeps your nails protected, it keeps them from being brittle. And for the men, if you have construction work that you do, or any type of things that consider you have to work with your hands, you can always wear your work gloves. So to keep you from getting calluses, because men tend to build up calluses on the palms of their hands, and so to keep that from happening, you wear your work gloves. That keeps your hands protected. That also keeps your nails and your cuticles protected as well. Well, if you have a fingernail clipper, you can use that. Typically, if you go to your local retail store, they'll have a nail file, little size. You can shape them that way. Lotion's good. You can always take lotion and rub it around your cuticles. That works too. It's typically the same thing for men. Just find a good moisturizer. Some women prefer scent, men may not. So, you find a good moisturizer that works for you. Lotion, like I said, will do. Even Vaseline will work. Vaseline's nice and thick, and it has a good moisture. You only need probably about a dime size of that. And you can rub it into your skin, and it keeps it moisturized as well. Benefits are for men. If you come on a regular and you wear boots, we're able to help you look for the signs that may cause you feet problem. That includes anything from athlete's footage to a foot fungus or anything like that. Now, we as nail techs, we can't treat those things, but what we'll do is when we see those signs, we'll let you know you need to go talk to your podiatrist. But if you come in to get service regularly, those minimize those effects or those, type of things happening.
As far as the women, when you wear your heels, it's always a good thing to take your shoes off. The average woman is probably in her heels the entire time, no matter what she's doing. And even if she gets off work, she's still running around in her heels. Keep a pair of flats in your car, at your desk, wherever you are, in your pocketbook, just keep them. And for 10, 15 minutes, take your shoes off, give your feet a rest. Same thing for them. Come in, you see us on a regular, we're able to help you with different things that we are able to possibly not treat and help you get it treated right away. So the tips that I provided you guys will help you keep you looking good for your hands and your feet for spring and the summer for 2015.
So what do you get when you combine Mediterranean food, Italian food, and Indian food together? One of the most tasty pizzas I've ever had in my life. Chef Mark Conway is going to show you how to make the unique dish.
Welcome to Kitchen Inc. I'm Chef Mark, and today we're going to work with junk food, fun food, late night food, but more importantly, kid-friendly food. We're going to make a pizza. But we're going to make it using some different ingredients. We're going to Kitchen Inc. it up a little bit, and we're going to start with what we put it on, which we're going to use naan bread. Naan bread is an Indian bread. You'll find it in a lot of Indian restaurants. You'll also find it in specialty stores, but the nice thing about it now is you're going to start finding it in your regular grocery store near the deli section. It's a very good bread. It's got a nice solid base to it, but on top you have a lot of these really light bubble pockets that as you toast it and warm the bread up, they just fill with flavor. So what we're going to start with, that's going to be our base, but today we're going to use a healthy meat, which is a chicken sausage. You can find these everywhere. They're in your lunch meat aisles and things like that. You can get chicken sausage or turkey sausage, but the really cool thing about them now is they're flavoring them. So like this one here is going to be an apple sausage, but you can find chipotle, you can find garlic roasted, you can find sun-dried tomato. So what we're going to do while we prepare our pizza is we're just going to cut most of the way through this sausage just so that we can open it up. Now you can see it here, it has some spices in there, but more importantly, has some jack cheese. So we're gonna split this open and we're gonna throw it over here in our oven under the broiler. That way it's gonna roast through, get some good color, and start caramelizing some of the top of this. So we'll move over. You don't need a pan. You can just slide it right in your oven, right on the rack, and you'll let it go. By the time you're done with getting the rest of your pizza ready, that'll be roasted, you'll bring it out, and we'll take it from there. First things first, what's your normal base on a pizza? Tomato sauce. Is it a lot of fun to make tomato sauce from scratch? Not so much. Do you want to use it as a jar? Absolutely not, because it's loaded with sodium. So what we're going to use today is hummus. Hummus is a dip that a lot of people again are familiar with from Mediterranean restaurants, but it's made from chickpeas, olive oil, lemon juice, very natural products. But we're going to go ahead and flavor it up a little bit with a sauce I've made before, which is a blueberry chipotle sauce. So we're just going to add a little bit of that blueberry chipotle sauce in. Stir our hummus up, and now that gives us a nice flavored hummus, which will be the base of our pizza. Instead of tomato sauce again, we're going to go hummus. Kind of follows along with that same theme of using some different ingredients to make a very common, regular known dish. So when you got it in, you start stirring it in, you start seeing a little bit of that blue hue. All right, there we go. So we'll take our pizza, a little bit of our hummus on, and just spread it around as liberal as you'd like. It doesn't have to be too thick, it doesn't have to be too thin, it's really just to taste. So I'll just get a nice lather, I get as close to the edge as possible without going over. You want to have somewhere to pick it up from. So we'll do that one and set that aside. And we'll do our second one. And just get a nice base. Now, the fun part of making a pizza is what you're going to put on it. So I'll move our hummus aside. And I always like to start with some good onions. So we'll get some onions broken down on here. I just cut them into simple little slices. Again, it's not about the shape, it's about what works for you. So don't waste time worrying about that. Get onions on both of these here. You go to the store, you find out they have certain produce on sale, make your pizza out of that. You go to the farmer's market, if you can do that, definitely go there. Don't be afraid to add some different ingredients. Add apples, add peaches. Yes, I said peaches, even on a savory dish. Pork and peaches go great together. Turkey and peaches go great together. You could put peaches right on top. Then we're gonna hit up with some mushrooms. And again, I like to use the creminis, or what they'll call baby bellas. They just give a really nice, rich, deep flavor. And stack it up as much or as little as you'd like, because it is about you and what your food is and what you want to eat. Get the kids involved. Pizza is one of the greatest things to make with kids, and this is a healthy alternative than to ordering out. Not to mention, ordering out is not exactly the most cost-effective venture out there. All right, so now we got our veg done. Let's add some color. So we'll take a little bit of bell pepper. And again, we're just gonna go ahead and slice it up into little strips. But I guess we'll go ahead and dice it. That way we can sprinkle it on. We eat with our eyes. Kids are big about that. They want to eat what looks good. Why do you think a lot of the kids' meals out there are colored different colors, or they have different textures in there? It's mainly to get kids engaged and interested. All right, we'll throw in a little bit of bell pepper. Again, we're just going to dice it up a little bit and sprinkle it around. You can start to see it already come together and just have a little bit different feel than what you're normally used to in a pizza, but at the same time have some of those traditional ingredients. So we'll sprinkle these on. But I've done it before with kids at home, and kids that I've worked at some of the schools, is we'll just go ahead and set up pizza stations. Throw little bowls out, throw lots of toppings, let them build their own pizza. They will have a blast. Go ahead and add some cheese. You know what? We've got some of this here, so why don't we go ahead and add just a little bit. This is a nice ripe plum. Why not? We have it, so why not add it? Again, I always live by this. When it comes to food, there's no rules. Make it how you want it. All right. About this point here, we can go ahead and check our sausage, because that's what we're going to pull out and top this with, and then we'll throw them back under the broiler, let them cook through, and we'll be done with a good dinner. So head over here. Depending on how close you have your rack set up is how quickly they'll toast over. But this is ready to go, and all you're looking for is start to see that skin tighten up, have a little bit of color, that it's warm to the touch, and at this point, we'll just start cutting it on up. As you can notice, I only put the plum on one, just so that you have somebody maybe not as brave as somebody else. We'll start them out slow and build them up to that. Just sprinkle your sausage around. Again, this is kid food. This is finger friendly, so you don't have to worry about it looking perfect. All right, we're back. We've got our pizzas in the oven. Now, just before we put them in the oven, what we did was just finish our toppings. So we put in our sausage, we added a little more cheese, and that's the time you can really tweak your pizza. If you like extra cheese, hit another layer on top just before you throw it in. If you like it to be a little moderate, just put that amount at the beginning. So we're gonna go down here and get our pizzas out. Pop our oven. Careful, it'll be a little warm. Now we've got some beautiful pizzas coming out. All right, now we got it. Now what you can see on here, the first thing you'll notice, it looks different from a regular pizza because it's not super round. It's gonna have more of an oblong shape. You've got a lot of color, you have a lot of flavors, but more importantly, you have something that's good for you, healthy, and you got to make it with your family, with your friends. It could be a pizza party. So now comes the fun part. Let's cut it up and eat it. You know, the other thing about this kind of pizza, because it's not round, you can kind of cut it into whatever shape you'd like. All right, there we go. Set your guests up with a couple of big slices of pizza on a plate. You got plums, you got a little bit of everything, and look at that. You can't beat a pizza that stuff's falling off of. All right, there you have it. A pizza made at home with all the toppings you like, and maybe some of the ones you hadn't thought of before, but you'll have a blast, you'll have fun, you guys will talk about it all night. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping in. Take care.
It's amazing how beautiful centerpieces can make a table look, but the price isn't that amazing. So we have Daryl Dwayne here with Do It on a Dime. He's going to show you how to make these centerpieces for half the cost.
On this episode of Do It on the Dime with me, Daryl Dwayne, we will be exploring centerpieces. I know, you're thinking to yourself, centerpieces? Really? Well, I mean, as an adult, especially a young adult, you'll be hosting many different types of parties, and you want to make sure that your ambiance accommodates all of your guests. So, keeping in mind, I know all of us aren't artists, right? So I got two different options for you. We're going to go with one start with one that's a little more basic, and with that being said, we went to the dollar store, our favorite place to shop, because after all, this is Do It on a Dime with Daryl Dwayne. We went to the dollar store and we found a few items that could, work as a floral centerpiece, especially with the warmer weather. So you think warmer weather, you think spring, summer, you want to definitely have something that's going to be bright and colorful. So here we made it really simple, very basic. Here we have our gel beads, which are a great additive, especially if you're not trying to be messy with, adding potted soil or anything that's going to make the faux flowers look more realistic. I mean, it's already fake flowers, so why not make it even more futuristic, I guess, for lack of better words, and add the gel beads. So we're going to use gel beads as our base in our vase. Again, both of these were found at the dollar store. We're at $2 thus far. And then we're just going to simply add our floral pieces, our floral arrangement. So let's screw off our top and then just throw a few of those jelly bellies right on in there, right? One got away. And once we pour all of it, they just don't want, gonna just, sometimes even as artists, we have problems with our subjects staying put. But nonetheless, we're gonna make it work. All right, moving forward. So we have our gel beads in there, and we're just gonna simply, nothing fancy, nothing extra, and there's one more bead. Moving right along. And we're just gonna just slide in our floral arrangement, all right? Simple, cute, basic, not a lot of fuss. Works perfect for a centerpiece for a brunch or possibly an evening dinner with more of a tropical type theme. Now, I personally wouldn't do the tropical thing because it's not my thing. I guess you can tell by the tattoos, right? I like things to look a little more abstract, and I like things to be a little more earthy and organic. So, being inspired by one of my fellow artists, edxla.com. If you ever get a chance, check out the blog. It's a really cool blog ran by one of my close friends, Jay. If you ever get a chance to check out edxla.com, there's a lot of cool original ideas on that particular blog. And with that being said, I got to do a party not too long ago with my friend, and hosting that party, they had this really, really cool centerpiece that essentially they paid next to nothing for. They had spray paint already laying around the house and going outside, finding some tree branches, and let me tell you, the creative things you can do with the things you find in your backyard and in your back of your garage, i.e. spray paint, makes a world of difference when it comes to setting up your centerpiece. So with that being said, with these items here, and it doesn't have to be any particular brand of spray paint, just make sure that it does have some type of gloss to it because you want it to have a nice polished finish. I opted to go with 3 different colors here as opposed to with going with just one color as my friend did with going with just white. So me personally, I like to mix things up a little bit, so I went with the gold metallic spray paint. I then opted to go with the white spray paint, and I opted to go with the black one as well. These 3 colors coming together will help, again, make it have some texture and add some dimension to your centerpiece that you're going to use using this sad, kind of droopy and lonely tree branch. So using this and maybe breaking it down, breaking off a few of the sticks, because again, you do want to keep it within proportion. We're going to spray paint these, and I'm going to be right back. And with the magic of TV, it doesn't take long for us to, make these things happen. So moving right along, we're going to start prepping our centerpiece. As you see, I've already have my spray painted branches. So I opted again with black, and I have the white. And as I said, mixing it up a little bit here with the gold, taking that, adding that, adding the gold. Make sure you kind of space them apart so that they're not right on top of each other. Again, adding another white branch to that. And sticking that black right in there. So now you have, I think, what should be a perfect, edgier, more pulled together centerpiece that will actually have your audience asking you, where did you find these pieces? So we think we go to the stores like your Home Emporiums and other home interior stores, and we pay, what, 20 to 30 bucks for something we could go in our backyard, break off the branch, go to your local Walmart, pay about $1 and some change, pour your can of spray paint, and mix and mingle the pieces. The vase, the dollar store. You really can't be mad. It's something you can do at home. It's quick and it's like a 1-2 hit it. Hopefully you enjoyed these tips and definitely check us back out here on Montage.
Now for the final segment of our show, which is Montage Moment, where we feature some of the most unique and talented individuals and events. Check out this week's moment.
What's good? It's your man DJ Rick G's, and this is my Montage Moment. I grew up in Philly. I went to Hampton University, graduated in 2002. Been working in radio, working for 103 Jams since 2002, my senior year. I've been here, so that's about what, 12, 13 years now. I DJ for Pusha T. I've been spinning for the Clips and Pusha when he went solo since the Clips, since about 2008, and he went solo in probably like 2010, 2011. So I've just been touring the world since then, and still doing the radio thing. Just growing up in Philly, the DJ culture was really big. Back in the 90s, radio was crazy. It was, back in the day, in the mid-90s, early 90s, radio was your only source of getting music. Not your only source, but that was the main source of getting like new music and hearing DJs that could scratch and blend and, going to parties. Just the DJ culture was real big, and I was influenced by that. They had a DJ, and he stopped DJing, he started rapping, and I was already cool with the Clips from them coming to the radio station. They used to freestyle on my show, and I gave them some of the instrumentals for some of their mixtapes, some of them We Got It For Cheap mixtapes. So I gave them some of the singles, and my man hit him and said, yo, y'all should get Rick G's. And then Pusha just hit me up and said, yo, heard you was interested in touring, and then it was on since then. Me, I don't know what anybody else does, but me, I just get to experience a lot of different types of parties. My selection is diverse, and I get to DJ a lot of different types of crowds. Like I do the EDM, I do hip hop hood crowds. I could be in a little hole in the wall and be in a big arena the next day. So and it's crazy the range of the type of events I do. Whenever I have a show, depending on where we are, I listen to the radio in different areas. I try to find out what's those records that really make people turn up. Like we was in London the other day, and that Flick of the Wrist record was hot out there. I do a lot of sit-ups to get my blood flowing. When I'm on the radio, I do 20 push-ups before I do my mix, and it'll just get me in the mood to start rocking out. I would consider the way I DJ the Philly style, because first of all, the way I got my turntable set up is Philly style anyway. You got your turntables with the arm to the back like that. People don't know that. I scratch and blend, and I try to incorporate different things that people never heard before. I haven't heard most of these DJs. I know there's a lot of DJs out here. I just see it on Instagram, and it's always a new DJ. I feel like every time I go on the road and come back, there's a new DJ, But I don't know. I just stay true. I just stay true to what I've been doing. I love '90s rap. I like playing like all the dance music, all the EDM top 40 dance music, because when you do them parties, they just turn up. They don't really ask you too much for songs. They just gonna party. So that and '90s music, like underground '90s rap, like J. Rue the Damager, Gang Starr, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I really enjoy playing it all. It's just whatever record that's gonna. I like playing the records that are gonna make people put their hands up and they go, oh. So whatever that record is, that's what I like playing for real. My end of the music industry is records getting a certain amount of spins. And yeah, the radio is my end of the music industry. And I've been enjoying radio. You know, a lot of people, a lot of other DJs in different markets, they don't have the freedom to play what they want. But all the DJs here, we've been blessed for years to just been able to, you know, do what we want. We don't go crazy. We still try to cater to what people want to hear, but that's really our side of the music industry. That's how we help the artists by giving them their spins and, you know, putting people on to these artists and breaking records. I didn't want to tell anybody this, but I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm a substitute teacher, and I'm eventually gonna be a math teacher. You know, so I have a bachelor's in broadcast communications from HU, from Hampton University, and I got an associate's in electronic engineering, which I use to become a math teacher. So I do a lot of studying, reading, and playing video games. Well, I mean, DJing is my life, so you know, I just try to make it work. Like, I have children, you know, I DJ every day. I make my mixes. I go to work. I teach. Come home and cook. You know, and if I got a tour, we just make it work. You know, my wife is real supportive, and I never really thought about it. We just do it. We just do whatever we had to do.
As always, thanks for joining us on this episode of Montage. For more information about the show and to watch previous episodes, log on to our website and don't forget to follow us on social media. We'll see you next time.